Yo, what's up, YouTube? It's Junkie, and I'm back with a new video idea. I'm coming, that I've been thinking about. I wanted to do a spotlight on a lesser known character somewhere in the superhero universe. It could be with any publisher, any genre, just a little. One of my favorite characters that many people may not know about or thought of collecting, or whatever. But what I'm gonna do is probably do like a once a month video, maybe more often, maybe once every couple weeks. But right now it's gonna be once a month. I'm gonna like I said, spotlight a character that I enjoy, that is not maybe well known in the comic book community. Just to kind of give a synopsis of the character, like their first appearance, and show it if I have it. Any runs that they're in, like their own series or mini series. And if I don't have any of those, I'll show you maybe some covers that they're a part of. But yeah, it's just something a little different I wanted to do. And I kind of got the idea after talking to my friend Jason over at From Heroes to Icons. I will leave a link to his channel in the description below. Awesome guy, awesome channel. Please go check him out. He's a fabulous artist. He's very well versed in the comic the comic universe. He's got an amazing collection. I think he told me he has like around 11,000 books. Just an amazing guy. So go check him out. Like I said, link in the description below. But this month I'm going to go ahead and focus on Ripclaw from the Image universe. Very awesome character. I love him. He is part of the group Cyberforce. He's got a couple. He had a mini-series, and then he had his own little short ongoing series, which I have both. Unfortunately, I do not have his first appearance. Cyberforce #1, and I'm totally shocked that I only have like 3 Cyberforce books. Totally blows my mind. Can't even believe it. So definitely something I have to pick up. Like I said, guys, you can get some of these characters on the real cheap, and they're good stories. And the characters are pretty badass. In my opinion, pretty badass. Ripclaw is pretty badass. So what I'll do is just give you a little synopsis of their origin, and I'll show you some of the books that they're in and books that I enjoy. All right. So his first appearance, like I said, was in Cyberforce #1. His name is Robert Beresford. He's also known as Robert Bearclaw, which is his American Indian name. He is an American Indian, and he grew up a little different than his fellow Indians. He had a real light skin, well, you can tell right here. Or he's also known as the Ghost Warrior, and of course Ripclaw. He is great with marksmanship, his fighting skills, and he's a master of stealth. He's able to shape his hands. Well, after he had an encounter with his ancestors, let me go ahead a little bit into his origin, give you an idea what the character is about. He had an encounter with his ancestors that left him with mystic powers, and to take on animal ability. His mystic power is able to take on animal abilities. So he's able to shape-shift basically his body into any animal that he chooses. He does tend to lean more towards the bear. So he gets the bear claws, as you can see here, and he gets their teeth, and he just turns into the ferocity of a bear and stuff like that. So that's what his main ability is. His mutant abilities attracted the attention of Cyber Data Corps, which is a company that gets mutants and they change them. It gives them cybernetic like arms or legs or whatever, and then they turn them into basically assassins. They brainwash them and they turn them into assassins to do their own bidding. So that's what happened to Ripclaw. He was, they replaced his hands. They basically cut off his hands and put on cybernetic claws, or cybernetic hands. But his mutant healing ability was really he wouldn't let the cybernetic hands take to his body, so they had to put him really deep under, and that's when they brainwashed him, and they added the cybernetic arms onto him, and They forced him to be their agent. Like I said, they get these mutants and they change them and they brainwash them and they force them to do their bidding and being assassins and go out on killing sprees and kill people of importance and stuff like that. So basically, he was like that until he became a member of Cyberforce. Cyberforce ran into him, had a scuffle. They brought him back to, they got his memories back for him. And now his main mission is to take on the people that forced him into that lifestyle of being an assassin and just going out and basically fighting, basically fighting crime with Cyberforce. Yeah, so that's basically a roundabout of his origin. He lived with many different tribes of the Americas. In each tribe that he lived with, the Apaches, he lived with all the different tribes, and each one of them taught him a little bit different about his abilities, or how to tap into and hone some of his abilities. He's a pretty badass character, and like I said, he had a 4-issue miniseries after his introduction into Cyberforce, and of course I do have multiple copies of number 1. Of course, in the 90s, everybody fell into the hype, guys. Everybody fell into the hype of buying multiple copies. And I think really the 90s is what really started me on my path of getting multiples. It's been in my collecting blood, and I've done it for as long as I can remember. I mean, even Amazing Spider-Man 361, first appearance of Carnage, I had 6 or 7 copies, and I gave one away, so I still have like 5. And they're all newsstand, and I bought every copy they had at Walton. If you guys remember, if you're old enough, a place called Walden Books, and it was like a bookstore, and it was in the mall that I worked at, and yeah, so I bought every copy of that. But yeah, I fell into the hype, guys, and but this is a pretty decent little miniseries. It goes in a little bit into his origin, and there's issue number 2, and here's issue number 3. Yeah, it goes into a little bit of his origin, and it takes him on, shows you some of his different adventures throughout his history. And there's issue number 4. Or no, this is that's issue number 3, which was a 3-issue miniseries. Sorry, guys. And this next set of books I'm going to show you is his it was his ongoing series. It only ran for 6 issues. But there's number 1, number 2, issue number 3, issue number 4, and all my books, all these books are in real mint condition. Issue number 5, pretty badass cover there, and issue number 6. And of course, this character was created by Mark Silvestri. He created Ripclaw, basically when they all jumped ship and created Image. This is one of the characters that he created. But like I said, guys, I'm going to try to show you some characters that are really not well known. This character is pretty awesome. I'm going to reread these 2 series. I haven't read them in a long time. But I'm going to check them out. I'm going to reread them. But check these out, guys. I'm going to, these books are pretty cheap. And it's a good way to get some decent stories without spending a shit ton of money. I'm sure you can find these books in the dollar bins, even, 50-cent bins. And it's well worth spending a couple bucks on a book that, you might end up liking the character, and it might be something that, broaden your horizons a little bit and tap into something a little different than what you're used to. Like I said, I'm going to do these probably once a month. If I have time, I'll do maybe once every couple weeks. But for right now, this is going to be volume number 1 of my little spotlight on lesser known characters that not many people know about, care about. But just to kind of open your, give you a little bit of a, just open your eyes a little bit and see different characters out there, guys. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know in the comments below. But yeah, it's a Junkie. Shout out to Jason over at Heroes Icons. Check his channel out. Link in the description below. Remember to like, subscribe, thumbs up, thumbs down. Unsubscribe. It's up to you guys. It's a Junkie, and I'm out. Peace.